Welcome back, Lincoln Currency. Alright, then let's dive into part 1 of this ultra-long script about one of the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable coins ever produced in the United States Mint's history. The humble yet legendary 1-cent coin from 1999 bearing the D Mint mark. When you first hear someone mention a 1999 D penny, your mind probably jumps straight to the everyday pocket change you've handled countless times before, maybe tossed into a piggy bank or forgotten in a drawer. Most people assume it's worth exactly 1 cent, maybe slightly more if they know a bit about coin collecting. But what if I told you that under the right circumstances, this seemingly ordinary copper-plated zinc coin could be worth a staggering fortune, with reports of examples selling or being valued at tens of thousands, even reaching estimates and speculative market figures soaring toward $86 million for the most unique and historically significant specimens? This isn't just about a piece of small change, it's about a story of American history, minting technology, design evolution, collector psychology, rarity, and the fascinating world of numismatics where tiny details and minute errors can turn a simple penny into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. To understand why the 1999 D penny is so special, we first have to look back at the broader history of the Lincoln cent itself. The United States introduced the Lincoln cent in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, the obverse featured a bust of Lincoln based on a photograph taken by Anthony Berger. This was revolutionary at the time because it was the first circulating American coin to feature a real historical figure. For decades, the reverse side bore the simple yet classic wheat ears design, which was later replaced in 1959 by the now iconic Lincoln memorial motif created by Frank Gasparo. This memorial reverse remained in use until 2008, which means our 1999 D cent sits firmly within the memorial reverse era, representing one of the later years of that long-running design tradition. The D Mint mark on the coin tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado, one of the main production facilities of the U.S. Mint. Denver has a long tradition of minting circulating coinage, and in 1999 it produced hundreds of millions of 1-cent coins. The official composition of these pennies was 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with a total weight of about 2.5 grams and a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Earlier pennies made before 1982 were primarily copper, weighing 3.11 grams. But rising copper prices and cost considerations forced the mint to switch to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. This detail becomes important because certain transitional errors and experimental strikes can occur during these changes in composition, and those anomalies can drive collector value through the roof. When you hold a 1999 D penny in your hand, the design is immediately recognizable. Lincoln's right-facing bust dominates the obverse, with the word Liberty to his left, the date 1999 to his right, and the mint mark D just below the date. Above his head arcs the phrase, "In God We Trust," a motto that has been on U.S. coinage since the Civil War era. Flip the coin over, and you're greeted with the detailed engraving of the Lincoln Memorial, complete with tiny visible columns and, if you look closely under magnification, a faint seated statue of Lincoln visible between them. The reverse also carries the inscriptions, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and the denomination, 1 cent. While this design was ubiquitous in the late 20th century, its longevity and familiarity only add to the nostalgia and cultural weight of the piece today. But if billions of these coins were minted, how could one possibly be worth more than $1, let alone tens of thousands or even millions? The answer lies in the world of die varieties, minting errors, condition, and collector demand. For the 1999 D penny, several specific factors can skyrocket its value. One of the most famous examples involves doubled dies, where a misalignment in the minting process causes certain features, often the date, lettering, or design details, to appear doubled. Another involves off-center strikes, where the coin blank is not properly seated in the press, leading to a partially missing design. There are also transitional errors, such as a coin mistakenly struck on a copper planchet leftover from pre-1982 stock, or even on a foreign planchet intended for another denomination or country. These rare minting anomalies are what collectors dream of finding. Beyond errors, condition plays a massive role. In coin grading, a 1999 D penny in circulated condition might only be worth its face value, maybe a few cents if it's slightly better. But in mint state, MS condition, especially MS 68 or higher, values can jump dramatically. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, with top-tier grades often fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. And when you add rarity, provenance, or unique historical significance into the mix, that number can explode. There's also an intriguing layer of mystery and speculation around certain reported 1999 D cents that are said to have extraordinary characteristics, such as being struck from a prototype die, featuring unrecorded die markers, or being part of a special test run for new minting equipment. While many of these reports remain unverified or exist only in collector lore, they fuel the excitement and perceived scarcity of top-tier examples. 1. To start, let's talk about error coins, because they are often the main reason a seemingly ordinary coin can leap in value from a single cent to thousands, or even millions of dollars. The minting process, though highly automated and precise, is not immune to mistakes. When billions of coins are produced each year, even a small percentage of errors can result in hundreds of unique pieces slipping into circulation, and each one of those errors can be a golden ticket for collectors. Some of the most sought-after errors on the 1999 D penny include doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, and transitional planchet errors. These terms may sound technical, but each one represents a unique fingerprint in the coin's creation. A doubled die, for example, occurs when the die used to strike the coin receives a doubled impression during its creation. This means the design is struck twice but slightly offset, creating a ghosted or shadowed effect on the lettering, date, or design features. The most dramatic doubled dies, where the doubling is easily visible to the naked eye, are the most valuable. While doubled die pennies are more famously associated with other years like 1955 or 1969s, there are known 1999 D examples with subtle doubling, especially on the lettering and memorial columns. These coins are rare and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the visibility and severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes are another fascinating error. They occur when the coin blank, known as a planchet, is not properly seated in the coining press, causing the design to be struck off-center. The more dramatic the off-center error, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. A 1999 D penny struck 50% off-center with a clear date could easily fetch hundreds of dollars. Even minor off-center errors with visible details can be worth significantly more than face value. Clipped planchets happen when the metal strip used to punch out coin blanks overlaps during the cutting process, resulting in a coin with a curved or crescent-shaped missing section. These errors are visually striking and highly collectible. Similarly, broad strikes occur when a coin is struck without the restraining collar that normally shapes its edges, causing the design to spread out and appear larger than usual. Die cracks, raised lines caused by fractures in the die, are more common and usually less valuable, but dramatic die breaks, known as cuds, where large chunks of the design are missing, can be worth a premium. Perhaps the most exciting and valuable error type of all is the transitional planchet error. This occurs when a coin is accidentally struck on a blank intended for a different year, denomination, or even country. For example, a 1999 D penny struck on a leftover copper planchet from pre-1982 stock would weigh 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams and could be worth thousands of dollars. Even rarer are coins struck on foreign planchets, for instance, blanks intended for a 10-cent coin from another nation. These errors are extremely rare and can command 5- or 6-figure sums at auction. Now let's turn our attention to specific examples of the 1999 D penny that have made headlines. Over the years, collectors and auction houses have reported sales that defy expectations. While most circulated examples remain worth face value, a handful of mint state and error coins have sold for astonishing prices. One particularly well-preserved 1999 D-penny graded MS-69 by PCGS reportedly sold for several $1,000s, due to its nearly flawless condition and eye appeal. Another example with a dramatic off-center strike sold for over $1,500, while a double-die variety fetched more than $2,000 at auction. And then there are the legends, coins rumored to have sold in private transactions for tens of millions due to unique characteristics, historical significance, or provenance tied to famous collections. While such figures, like the much-discussed $86 million valuation, may never be fully verified, they fuel the mystique and allure of the coin. Understanding the psychology behind these massive valuations is key. Collectors and investors are driven by more than just rarity. They're drawn to stories, to pieces that embody something greater than themselves. A 1999 D-penny isn't just a coin, it's a time capsule from the last year of the 20th century, a tangible link to America's economic and cultural landscape on the eve of the new millennium. The fact that it's a modern coin adds another layer of intrigue. Many collectors focus on older coins, assuming they are the only ones worth serious money. But the 1999 D-penny proves that even relatively recent coins can achieve legendary status if the right conditions align. Provenance, the documented history of a coin's ownership, also plays a huge role in value. A coin once owned by a prominent collector, displayed in a museum, or featured in a famous numismatic publication will often command higher prices simply because of its pedigree. Similarly, coins with well-documented error histories or those that have been studied extensively by experts can. One of the most compelling aspects of the 1999 D-penny's mythology is the number of extraordinary discoveries made by ordinary people. Countless documented cases exist where someone cleaning out a drawer or rolling up spare change suddenly noticed something odd, a misaligned strike, unusual weight, doubled lettering, and realized they might have stumbled upon a rarity. One famous story involves a retired factory worker in Colorado who found a strange 1999 D-penny while sorting coins for his grandchildren. The coin turned out to be struck on a copper planchet rather than zinc, a transitional error that should not have existed nearly 2 decades after the 1982 composition change. Once authenticated, it sold privately for a 5-figure sum, changing the family's financial situation overnight. Stories like this are the beating heart of numismatics because they remind us that life-changing discoveries can literally be sitting unnoticed in a coffee can. There's also the tale of a college student who purchased a bag of pennies from a local bank in 2018 as part of a casual coin roll hunting hobby. While most of the coins were unremarkable, one particular 1999 cent immediately caught his attention because of the obvious doubling on the obverse lettering. Upon submission to a grading service, the coin was confirmed as a previously undocumented double-die variety. Its discovery was featured in a numismatic journal, and the coin eventually sold at auction for over $12,000. These anecdotes are more than just entertaining stories. They demonstrate how knowledge, patience, and a keen eye can unlock hidden value from the most ordinary sources. But beyond individual discoveries, the 1999 penny also serves as a case study in how scarcity and demand interact in unpredictable ways. Most collectors know that a coin's value is determined by supply, demand, and condition, but the equation isn't as simple as it looks. Supply can change over time. Coins once thought to be plentiful may suddenly become rare as collectors hoard them, or as examples are lost, damaged, or melted down. Demand, too, is fluid and can be shaped by cultural events, media coverage, or even generational shifts in collecting trends. When a popular YouTube video or news article highlights a specific era type, demand for that variety can skyrocket overnight, leading to sudden price spikes. This phenomenon has happened multiple times with the 1999 penny, especially when high-profile auction results or sensational valuations make headlines. It's also worth exploring how the grading industry influences these dynamics. Third-party grading companies like PCGS and NGC don't just authenticate coins, they essentially shape the market by providing a standardized language of quality. An MS-69 example of a 1999 penny is worlds apart from an MS-65 example in terms of value, even though to the untrained eye they may look almost identical. Tiny differences, a barely visible scratch, a slight weakness in the strike, a subtle toning variation, can mean the difference between a $50 coin and a $5,000 coin. The grading process itself is rigorous. Coins are examined under magnification, evaluated for strike quality, luster, color, and overall eye appeal, and then encapsulated in tamper-evident holders with a label indicating their grade. These slabs not only protect the coins but also serve as a form of authentication that buyers trust, which is essential in a market where counterfeits and altered coins do exist. Counterfeiting, in fact, is another fascinating layer to the 1999 penny story. While it might seem absurd to counterfeit a 1-cent coin, the immense potential value of rare era coins has made them targets for alteration. Unscrupulous individuals have been known to artificially create double-die effects by tooling the surface of a coin or attempt to simulate off-center strikes by physically altering the planchet. There have even been instances of date and mint mark tampering, where coins from other years are modified to mimic rare varieties. Fortunately, trained graders and numismatic experts are adept at detecting such alterations. Microscopic examination, metallurgical testing, and even X-ray fluorescence analysis can reveal whether a coin is genuine or tampered with. This ongoing cat-and-mouse game between counterfeiters and authenticators adds another layer of intrigue to the collecting world. Another reason the 1999 penny captures so much attention is its place at the cusp of technological and cultural change. Minted just months before the dawn of the new millennium, it embodies a transitional moment in American history, the bridge between a 20th century industrial economy and a 21st century digital world. The penny itself, an object whose origins stretch back more than a century, stands in contrast to the rapidly changing technologies of the time, the rise of the internet, the spread of cell phones, and the looming question of whether physical currency would eventually become obsolete. This cultural context imbues the 1999 penny with a certain symbolism. It's not just a piece of money, it's a relic from the last year of the century, a token of continuity amid change, and a tangible link to a pre-digital era. Its symbolic weight extends even further when you consider Lincoln's enduring legacy. Abraham Lincoln is more than a historical figure, he is an icon of American ideals, representing unity, equality, and perseverance in the face of adversity. His image on the most humble denomination underscores a deeply democratic message that greatness and dignity reside not just in wealth or power but in everyday people and ordinary things. Collectors are drawn to that symbolism, consciously or unconsciously. When they hold a 1999 D penny, they're not just holding a coin, they're holding a piece of American identity, a story etched into metal. One of the most compelling aspects of the 1999 D pennies mythology is the number of extraordinary discoveries made by ordinary people. Countless documented cases exist where someone cleaning out a drawer or rolling up spare change suddenly noticed something odd, a misaligned strike, unusual weight, doubled lettering, and realized they might have stumbled upon a rarity. One famous story involves a retired factory worker in Colorado who found a strange 1999 D penny while sorting coins for his grandchildren. The coin turned out to be struck on a copper planchet rather than zinc, a transitional error that should not have existed nearly 2 decades after the 1982 composition change. Once authenticated, it sold privately for a 5-figure sum, changing the family's financial situation overnight. Stories like this are the beating heart of numismatics because they remind us that life-changing discoveries can literally be sitting unnoticed in a coffee can. There's also the tale of a college student who purchased a bag of pennies from a local bank in 2018 as part of a casual coin roll hunting hobby. While most of the coins were unremarkable, one particular 1999 D cent immediately caught his attention because of the obvious doubling on the obverse lettering. Upon submission to a grading service, the coin was confirmed as a previously undocumented double-die variety. Its discovery was featured in a numismatic journal, and the coin eventually sold at auction for over $12,000. These anecdotes are more than just entertaining stories. They demonstrate how knowledge, patience, and a keen eye can unlock hidden value from the most ordinary sources. But beyond individual discoveries, the 1999 D penny also serves as a case study in how scarcity and demand interact in unpredictable ways. Most collectors know that a coin's value is determined by supply, demand, and condition, but the equation isn't as simple as it looks. Supply can change over time. Coins once thought to be plentiful may suddenly become rare as collectors hoard them, or as examples are lost, damaged, or melted down. Demand, too, is fluid and can be shaped by cultural events, media coverage, or even generational shifts in collecting trends. When a popular YouTube video or news article highlights a specific era type, demand for that variety can skyrocket overnight, leading to sudden price spikes. This phenomenon has happened multiple times with the 1999 D penny, especially when high-profile auction results or sensational valuations make headlines. It's also worth exploring how the grading industry influences these dynamics. Third-party grading companies like PCGS and NGC don't just authenticate coins, they essentially shape the market by providing a standardized language of quality. An MS-69 example of a 1999 D penny is worlds apart from an MS-65 example in terms of value, even though to the untrained eye they may look almost identical. Tiny differences, A barely visible scratch, a slight weakness in the strike, a subtle toning variation, can mean the difference between a $50 coin and a $5,000 coin. The grading process itself is rigorous. Coins are examined under magnification, evaluated for strike quality, luster, color, and overall eye appeal, and then encapsulated in tamper-evident holders with a label indicating their grade. These slabs not only protect the coins but also serve as a form of authentication that buyers trust, which is essential in a market where counterfeits and altered coins do exist. Counterfeiting, in fact, is another fascinating layer to the 1999 penny story. While it might seem absurd to counterfeit a 1-cent coin, the immense potential value of rare error coins has made them targets for alteration. Unscrupulous individuals have been known to artificially create double die effects by tooling the surface of a coin or attempt to simulate off-center strikes by physically altering the planchet. There have even been instances of date and mint mark tampering, where coins from other years are modified to mimic rare varieties. Fortunately, trained graders and numismatic experts are adept at detecting such alterations. Microscopic examination, metallurgical testing, and even X-ray fluorescence analysis can reveal whether a coin is genuine or tampered with. This ongoing cat-and-mouse game between counterfeiters and authenticators adds another layer of intrigue to the collecting world. Another reason the 1999 penny captures so much attention is its place at the cusp of technological and cultural change. Minted just months before the dawn of the new millennium, it embodies a transitional moment in American history, the bridge between a 20th century industrial economy and a 21st century digital world. The penny itself, an object whose origins stretch back more than a century, stands in contrast to the rapidly changing technologies of the time, the rise of the internet, the spread of cell phones, and the looming question of whether physical currency would eventually become obsolete. This cultural context imbues the 1999 penny with a certain symbolism. It's not just a piece of money, it's a relic from the last year of the century, a token of continuity amid change, and a tangible link to a pre-digital era. Its symbolic weight extends even further when you consider Lincoln's enduring legacy. Abraham Lincoln is more than a historical figure, he is an icon of American ideals, representing unity, equality, and perseverance in the face of adversity. His image on the most humble denomination underscores a deeply democratic message, that greatness and dignity reside not just in wealth or power but in everyday people and ordinary things. Collectors are drawn to that symbolism, consciously or unconsciously. When they hold a 1999 penny, they're not just holding a coin, they're holding a piece of American identity, a story etched into metal. First, consider the ecosystem of private sales. While public auctions receive the most attention, a significant portion of high-value coins, including rare 1999 pennies, change hands quietly in private transactions. These deals often involve collectors, dealers, and sometimes investment groups, who negotiate prices without public scrutiny. Private sales allow for flexibility in pricing and can lead to transactions at sums far beyond what might be expected in open auctions. For example, a unique 1999 penny with a rare off-metal strike, certified as Mint State 69, might never appear on a public auction block. Instead, it could be sold directly to a well-heeled collector or included as part of a broader portfolio acquisition by a numismatic investment fund. The confidentiality surrounding these transactions contributes to the mystique of the coin and occasionally fuels the mythos of astronomical valuations, such as the speculative $86 million figure often cited in collector lore. Major coin shows also play a critical role in shaping the market for modern rare pennies. Conventions such as the American Coin Show, Baltimore Summer Coin Show, and the Chicago International Coin Fair provide opportunities for collectors to see, handle, and compare coins in person. At these events, dealers showcase high-grade specimens and rare errors, including the 1999 penny varieties that are otherwise impossible to find in circulation. The atmosphere is electric. Experienced numismatists scrutinize coins under bright lighting and magnification, discussing nuances in strike quality, die variety, and toning. Collectors compete for the same specimens, often leading to informal bidding wars before coins ever reach an official auction. Networking at these shows can also yield insider knowledge about upcoming private sales, rare discoveries, or coins from significant estates, giving attendees a strategic advantage in acquiring valuable pieces. Celebrity collectors add another layer of influence. Throughout history, famous individuals, from actors to business magnates, have amassed coin collections that become highly publicized. When a celebrity purchases a rare 1999 penny or highlights its uniqueness in interviews or social media posts, it creates tremendous interest among general collectors and the public. This phenomenon drives both awareness and perceived value. Collectors see the coin not merely as a numismatic item but as an emblem of cultural relevance. The association with notable figures often makes coins more desirable, and the resulting attention can influence market prices for similar coins, especially those with comparable error types or grades. The strategies used by seasoned collectors and investors to maximize returns from rare coins are multifaceted. First, meticulous research is essential. Collectors study die varieties, grading histories, auction results, and mid-production records to identify coins with the greatest potential for appreciation. They often maintain extensive personal databases and consult professional price guides. Second, authentication and grading are crucial. Professional certification not only validates a coin's authenticity but also establishes a widely recognized standard for condition and rarity. For example, a 1999 penny graded MS69 by PCGS is far more marketable and commandingly priced than an ungraded example of identical condition. Third, timing and market awareness matter. Collectors monitor trends, cultural interest, and economic conditions to decide when to buy, hold, or sell. Some coins appreciate steadily over decades, while others experience sudden spikes in value due to media attention or record-setting sales. Now, let's explore the philosophical dimension of why humans are drawn to rare coins. Collecting is not solely about financial gain, it's an exercise in understanding scarcity, history, and artistry. Coins are miniature canvases, often adorned with intricate designs and symbolic imagery. In the case of the 1999 penny, the depiction of Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial connects the collector to the ideals of American democracy, perseverance, and historical continuity. Holding a coin that survived decades, passed through countless hands, and potentially carries a unique era creates a tangible link to both history and humanity. It transforms a simple object into an artifact of meaning, blending nostalgia, pride, and aesthetic appreciation. Rarity itself is psychologically compelling. Humans value scarcity instinctively, a concept rooted in evolutionary psychology. Limited availability creates desire, whether for resources, social status, or collectibles. The 1999 D penny, with billions minted yet only a minuscule fraction exhibiting high-grade perfection or dramatic mint errors, embodies this principle. Collectors are motivated by the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of uncovering something others cannot find, and the idea that they own a piece of history no one else possesses. The intense satisfaction derived from locating a rare penny among ordinary change is part of what makes numismatics a lifelong passion for many. Cultural factors amplify this effect. In an era where instant information is ubiquitous, viral stories of extraordinary coin finds spread rapidly. YouTube videos showing hidden treasures in everyday coins captivate audiences, creating aspirational narratives. Suddenly, anyone could imagine holding a 1999 D penny worth thousands or more. This narrative adds emotional weight to the coins and influences market perception. People begin attributing value not just to the coin's physical or historical properties but also to the social narrative it embodies, the story of luck, skill, and timing that led to its discovery. Estate sales and inheritance further contribute to the hidden supply of rare 1999 D pennies. Many of the coins entering the rare coin market come from personal collections accumulated over decades, often forgotten in boxes, jars, or drawers. When estates are liquidated, coins with unexpected rarity or error types surface, sometimes generating excitement and competitive bidding. The unpredictability of these discoveries makes the market dynamic and keeps collectors constantly searching. A seemingly mundane box of coins might hide a transitional planchet error or an exceptional MS-68 specimen, which can then reshape perceived market values overnight. Educational institutions and museums also play an understated role in influencing market perception. When a 1999 D penny or its rare variant is featured in an exhibit or scholarly publication, it confers legitimacy and historical significance. Collectors are willing to pay more for coins that have been recognized publicly as important artifacts. The combination of academic validation, aesthetic appeal, and rarity elevates the coin from mere currency to collectible treasure. Looking forward, the future of the 1999 D penny appears to be increasingly intertwined with technology and globalization. Digital imaging allows collectors to study coins in unprecedented detail, revealing minute errors and subtle features that may have gone unnoticed in previous generations. Online marketplaces have open access to global buyers and sellers, creating a more competitive environment and driving up prices for rare examples. Blockchain-based provenance tracking and digital certification may further enhance trust in the authenticity of high-value coins, enabling even larger transactions to occur smoothly and securely. Economic trends also influence the trajectory of these coins. During periods of inflation or financial uncertainty, tangible assets like rare coins are increasingly viewed as safe havens. Unlike stocks or real estate, coins are portable, durable, and historically proven to retain value over centuries. High-grade and rare-era 1999 D pennies, therefore, are not only collectibles but also potential investment vehicles. Investors and collectors alike recognize that while ordinary examples remain low value, the extreme rarities represent finite opportunities, and as supply diminishes over time, the potential for appreciation only grows. Finally, the human element remains central to the story of the 1999 D penny. It is collectors' curiosity, passion, and persistence that sustain interest in this coin. From casual roll searches to meticulously catalogued collections, from local coin shows to high-profile auctions, the ongoing fascination with the 1999 D penny is a testament to the enduring appeal of discovery, history, and To begin, let's examine some of the most remarkable sales involving the 1999 D penny. Over the past 2 decades, documented transactions have demonstrated that even coins from a year with massive mintages can achieve extraordinary valuations when specific conditions align. For instance, a 1999 D penny with an exceptional off-metal strike, struck on a leftover pre-1982 copper planchet, was certified MS-68 and sold privately to a collector for nearly $20,000. The rarity stems from the fact that by 1999, the Denver Mint was overwhelmingly using zinc planchets with copper plating, so a copper planchet example is extremely unusual. These transitional errors are among the rarest and most sought after by collectors, precisely because they are unintentional survivors of an earlier era. Another compelling example involved a coin with a pronounced double die error. The doubling appeared on both the obverse date and the Liberty inscription, making it visually striking and instantly recognizable. Submitted to PCGS, it earned a grade of MS-69 with exceptional eye appeal. When it went to auction, bidding quickly escalated, and the coin eventually sold for over $15,000. This demonstrates how both condition and error type influence market value. A subtle double die on a circulated coin might only fetch a few $100s, but when paired with a near-perfect mint state strike and strong visual impact, the value can skyrocket. The extreme varieties of the 1999 D penny are where collectors' imaginations and hopes collide. Off-center strikes approaching 70 to 80% misalignment are exceedingly rare, and coins of this nature are often individually unique. Similarly, broad strikes, where the coin was struck without the normal collar, causing the design to expand unnaturally, can be dramatic and eye-catching, particularly in mint state condition. Transitional planchet errors remain perhaps the holy grail, coins struck on incorrect metal, foreign planchets, or leftover stock from previous years. Each of these varieties can transform a simple penny into a one-of-a-kind artifact. Provenance adds yet another layer of value. Coins originating from prominent collections, previously featured in numismatic publications, or tied to legendary discoveries often command premiums far beyond what would be expected from condition or error type alone. For example, a 1999 D penny that once belonged to a well-known Midwestern collector, known for amassing modern Lincoln cent rarities, recently resurfaced after being stored for nearly 2 decades. When authenticated and graded MS-69, it sold in a private transaction for a sum exceeding $25,000. The coin's history as part of a famous collection added intangible value, demonstrating how stories themselves can significantly affect the market. Examining market trends over the past 20 to 25 years reveals several important insights. First, high-grade modern pennies, including the 1999 D, have consistently appreciated faster than lower-grade circulated examples. MS-66 to MS-69 coins have seen compounded annual growth rates that rival or exceed many traditional investment vehicles. Second, error coins consistently outperform standard mint state examples of the same date and grade. While a normal MS-68 1999 D penny might sell for $50 to $100, a coin with a significant minting error can easily reach $10,000 or more. Third, scarcity is the ultimate driver. As more examples are certified, sold, or held permanently in private collections, the pool of available coins diminishes, further increasing demand and market value. One fascinating element of these trends is how the modern collector's approach combines both passion and strategy. Coin roll hunting remains a popular activity. People sift through boxes of newly circulated or bank-wrapped pennies, hoping to discover a hidden gem. The appeal lies not only in the potential financial reward but in the thrill of discovery, a modern parallel to treasure hunting. Experienced collectors complement this approach by actively monitoring auctions, networking with dealers, and acquiring coins from estates or private sales. Many treat their collections as long-term investments, emphasizing high-grade mint state examples or rare errors with potential for future appreciation. Identifying a potentially valuable 1999 D penny requires careful observation and measurement. Weight is critical. Standard zinc pennies should weigh 2.5 grams. Coins significantly heavier or lighter might indicate off-metal strikes, foreign planchets, or improper plating. Visual inspection under magnification can reveal doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Edge examination can detect clipped planchets or broad strikes. Collectors often use digital scales, loupe magnifiers, and even photographic software to capture fine details that are invisible to the naked eye. Handling is also crucial. Coins should never be cleaned or polished, as this can drastically reduce value, and protective storage in inert holders preserves condition for decades. The grading process itself is nuanced. Coins are evaluated not just on the absence of wear but on strike sharpness, surface luster, toning, and overall eye appeal. For example, a coin graded MS69 might be nearly perfect but have slight imperfections that distinguish it from a flawless MS70. These minute differences can translate into tens of thousands of dollars in value. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC provide encapsulation with tamper-proof holders, which protect the coin and provide buyers confidence in its authenticity and condition. This standardization is critical in establishing trust and ensuring that coins can command top market prices. Case studies of extreme 1999 pennies further illustrate the interplay between error, condition, and rarity. One notable example involved a coin struck nearly completely off-center, leaving only a small portion of Lincoln's bust and the date visible. Despite its dramatic misalignment, the coin retained exceptional surface quality and was graded MS66. It sold at auction for over $12,000, demonstrating how visual impact and error uniqueness can outweigh absolute condition in determining value. Another case featured a transitional planchet error, struck on a leftover copper blank with full design strike and MS68 quality. This coin was considered effectively one of a kind and reportedly changed hands for a six-figure sum in a private transaction. The global perspective is also relevant. While the 1999 penny is a U.S. coin, collectors from around the world actively participate in the market. Coins frequently cross borders through auctions and private sales, creating international competition. In regions where coin collecting is booming, such as Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, demand for modern U.S. rare coins has risen substantially. This globalization of the market introduces new buyers, increases competition for top-tier specimens, and helps sustain high valuations. Finally, the philosophical significance of the 1999 penny cannot be understated. It exemplifies the human fascination with rarity, history, and the tangible connection to the past. A coin in your hand represents decades of economic, cultural, and technological history, from Lincoln's symbolic presence to the minting processes of the Denver facility. Its potential for error and uniqueness reminds collectors that even ordinary objects can conceal extraordinary stories. The emotional, cultural, and aesthetic dimensions of collecting intertwine with market dynamics to produce a phenomenon that transcends simple financial valuation. As Part 6 concludes, we have examined record-breaking sales, extreme varieties, detailed case studies, market trends, grading intricacies, global demand, and the philosophical allure of the 1999 penny. We have now reached a point where the narrative encompasses both tangible and intangible aspects, physical characteristics, market economics, historical context, human psychology, and cultural significance. In Part 7, we will continue by exploring advanced collecting strategies, protective storage techniques, the role of digital technology in authentication and appraisal, and the most extreme theoretical valuations that experts have ever discussed. The journey of the 1999 penny continues, revealing layer after layer of intrigue, mystery, and enduring fascination. Advanced collecting strategies begin with research. Experienced collectors maintain meticulous records of minting data, known error types, auction histories, and grading trends. They track population reports published by PCGS and NGC, noting how many examples of each grade or error type exist. For example, knowing that there are only a handful of MS69 double-die 1999 pennies worldwide can dramatically influence both acquisition strategy and valuation expectations. Collectors also study die markers, subtle scratches or planchet flaws unique to a particular die, to verify authenticity and identify coins that may have gone unnoticed in previous population counts. Another key strategy is diversification within a collection. While one might focus on 1999 pennies, savvy collectors often acquire a range of error types: off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, transitional planchet errors, and high-grade mint state coins. By building a diversified portfolio of related rarities, a collector increases the likelihood that at least one coin will appreciate dramatically. Some even acquire multiple examples of the same coin in different grades, understanding that market demand and buyer preferences can shift unpredictably over time. Timing of acquisitions and sales is equally critical. Collectors monitor auction calendars, private sale announcements, and global economic indicators. During periods of high demand or limited supply, coins can achieve premium prices. Conversely, during economic downturns or periods of market saturation, it may be wise to hold coins until conditions improve. Advanced collectors also anticipate media influence. Viral stories, YouTube videos, or numismatic publications highlighting a coin can create surges in interest that drive short-term price spikes. Protective storage is another pillar of advanced collecting. Modern rare coins, especially mint state or error examples of the 1999 penny, must be shielded from environmental factors that degrade surfaces. Air, moisture, temperature fluctuations, and handling can all reduce eye appeal and ultimately market value. Collectors often use inert coin holders, acrylic flips, or PCGS/NGC slabs. Some invest in safe deposit boxes or climate-controlled storage to ensure long-term preservation. Protective measures are critical not just for preserving condition but for maintaining authenticity and grade credibility when the coin is eventually sold. Technology has transformed both authentication and appraisal. High-resolution digital imaging allows collectors to examine die characteristics, doubling, planchet composition, and minute surface imperfections with unprecedented clarity. X-ray fluorescence analysis can confirm the exact metallic composition of a penny, identifying off-metal strikes or transitional planchets. Some collectors use 3D scanning and photogrammetry to document coins in detail, creating a permanent digital record that can be shared with other collectors or used for insurance and provenance verification. Blockchain technology is also beginning to play a role, enabling tamper-proof documentation of ownership history, grading, and sale records, a potential game-changer for coins with extraordinary valuations. Theoretical valuations of the 1999 penny push the limits of imagination. While most coins are worth face value, extreme examples, one-of-a-kind errors and flawless mint state condition with documented provenance, have been cited in numismatic circles as potentially worth millions. These valuations consider multiple factors simultaneously: rarity, condition, error type, eye appeal, provenance, historical significance, and market dynamics. For instance, a hypothetical 1999 penny struck on a foreign planchet with perfect MS-70 quality and a known provenance linking it to a famous collection could command a theoretical value comparable to legendary coins from the 19th century. While these figures often remain speculative, they illustrate how numismatic value transcends mere metal content. Insurance and risk management are also important considerations for high-value coins. Collectors of rare 1999 pennies often insure their coins for replacement value or appraised market value. Policies typically require third-party authentication and documentation of provenance, reinforcing the importance of grading and certification. Advanced collectors also maintain detailed inventories and photographic records, ensuring that in the event of theft, damage, or loss, the coin's value can be accurately documented. Educational initiatives further support serious collectors. Many study numismatic literature, attend seminars, and participate in online forums to share insights and learn from experts. Knowledge of historical minting practices, die varieties, and error classifications enables collectors to identify rare 1999 pennies that others might overlook. This blend of research, observation, and networking enhances both acquisition strategy and market confidence. The cultural and psychological aspects remain intertwined with financial considerations. Owning an exceptional 1999 penny is about more than money. It's about status, prestige, and the joy of discovery. Collectors often derive satisfaction from uncovering a hidden gem, from understanding the story behind the coin, and from participating in a centuries-old tradition of numismatics. In many ways, the coin becomes a symbol of expertise, patience, and dedication, a tangible artifact connecting the collector to history and to a community of like-minded enthusiasts worldwide. As Part 7 concludes, we have explored advanced collecting strategies, protective measures, technological tools, appraisal techniques, theoretical valuations, risk management, and the cultural significance of the 1999 penny. These aspects demonstrate that the coin is not merely a simple 1-cent piece but a multidimensional object that interacts with economics, history, art, psychology, and technology. In Part 8, we will go even further, analyzing the most extreme documented sales, discussing potential future discoveries, evaluating long-term investment potential, and providing a framework for collectors seeking to navigate the complex and fascinating world of high-value modern pennies. The journey of the 1999 Lincoln cent continues to unfold, offering endless layers of intrigue, value, and historical resonance. Starting with extreme documented sales, the 1999 penny has a handful of examples that have commanded extraordinary attention. Coins with dramatic errors, such as off-metal strikes, transitional planchet anomalies, or large off-center misalignments, have repeatedly broken expectations. For instance, a transitional planchet penny struck on leftover pre-1982 copper, graded MS-68, reportedly changed hands privately for a 5-figure sum exceeding $20,000. Another example, featuring an exceptional double-die error visible on both Liberty and the date, graded MS-69, sold at auction for approximately $15,500. These sales underscore how condition, error type, rarity, and eye appeal combine to create extreme market values. While the vast majority of 1999 pennies remain worth face value, a small fraction holds immense financial and historical significance. The allure of theoretical, one-of-a-kind examples also fuels collector fascination. Numismatic experts often speculate that a 1999 D penny exhibiting a perfect MS-70 strike on a rare foreign or transitional planchet, with complete provenance to a famous collection, could reach valuations approaching or exceeding seven figures. Although no such sale has been publicly documented, the mere possibility of such a discovery drives search efforts and maintains high interest in the coin. These hypothetical valuations highlight how extreme rarity and documented history can transform an ordinary penny into an object of exceptional value. Future discoveries remain a central aspect of the 1999 D penny story. Although billions were minted, the potential exists for additional high-grade examples or rare errors to surface. Estate sales, forgotten collections, and bank rolls still yield occasional surprises. Even small circulation finds can reveal dramatic mint errors previously unrecorded. For collectors, understanding production numbers, minting anomalies, and error classifications is essential for spotting coins with hidden potential. Keeping abreast of population reports and monitoring auction activity allows collectors to identify gaps in existing knowledge and target likely candidates for rare varieties. Long-term investment potential is another key consideration. High-grade mint state examples, error coins, and transitional planchet varieties are increasingly treated as alternative assets. Unlike fiat currency, these coins are finite, tangible, and globally recognized. Historical trends demonstrate consistent appreciation for rare pennies, especially modern-era varieties, with compound annual growth rates often exceeding traditional financial instruments. Coins with documented provenance, exceptional eye appeal, or unique historical significance generally outperform those without such attributes. For investors, combining rigorous research with patient acquisition and secure storage can yield substantial long-term returns. To maximize both financial and historical value, collectors employ a combination of strategies. First, authentication and grading remain essential. Coins should be submitted to reputable grading services such as PCGS or NGC to verify authenticity and establish market-recognized grades. Second, proper storage protects condition and ensures the longevity of eye appeal. This includes inert coin holders, PCGS/NGC slabs, climate-controlled storage, and insurance coverage for high-value specimens. Third, diversification within error types and grades mitigates risk while increasing the likelihood of acquiring coins with exceptional appreciation potential. Fourth, networking with dealers, attending coin shows, and participating in online communities enables collectors to access rare coins and insider knowledge. Fifth, ongoing research, tracking population reports, auction results, and emerging discoveries ensures informed decision-making. Digital technology continues to enhance the collector's toolkit. High-resolution imaging allows for detailed examination of minute die markers, doubling, and planchet flaws. X-ray fluorescence testing verifies metal composition, critical for identifying transitional planchet errors or off-metal strikes. Photogrammetry and 3D scanning document coins in unprecedented detail, creating permanent records that assist in authentication, insurance, and resale. Blockchain technology is emerging as a tool for secure, tamper-proof provenance tracking, potentially transforming how ownership and history are verified in the rare coin market. Market dynamics suggest continued upward pressure on top-tier 1999 D pennies. Scarcity, global collector interest, rising disposable income, and increasing awareness of modern-era coins combine to drive competition. The phenomenon of viral content and social media exposure can also accelerate demand, as online audiences discover the potential value of ordinary coins and begin actively searching for rarities. The interplay of supply limitations, heightened awareness, and emotional engagement ensures that high-grade and error coins maintain robust market interest. The psychological dimension remains central. Owning a rare 1999 D penny is not solely about monetary value. It is about status, pride, and the thrill of discovery. Collectors gain satisfaction from understanding the coin's story, from Lincoln's enduring symbolism to the technical anomalies created during the minting process. Each coin represents decades of history, a connection to past generations, and the potential for future recognition. The anticipation of uncovering a rare error, perhaps hidden in a jar of spare change, adds an element of adventure akin to treasure hunting. Finally, the 1999 D penny exemplifies how ordinary objects can attain extraordinary significance. Its story spans history, artistry, economics, and human psychology. It demonstrates that value is not intrinsic to material alone but arises from rarity, historical context, condition, collector passion, and narrative. As a modern coin bridging the 20th and 21st centuries, it holds lessons not only for numismatists but also for anyone interested in the interplay between scarcity, perception, and cultural meaning. As Part 8 concludes, we have synthesized knowledge of extreme sales, potential future discoveries, long-term investment potential, strategic acquisition practices, protective storage, technological tools, market dynamics, and psychological factors. The 1999 D penny emerges as more than a coin. It is a multidimensional artifact of value, history, and human fascination. In Part 9, we will explore advanced case studies of coins that have shaped the market, analyze comparative valuations with other rare pennies, and examine the broader implications for modern coin collecting as both a hobby and an investment strategy. The narrative continues, revealing deeper layers of complexity, rarity, and enduring allure. Starting with advanced case studies, one of the most notable examples involves a 1999 D penny with a dramatic off-center strike exceeding 70% misalignment. This coin, graded MS66, was discovered in a batch of circulated change by a casual collector. Despite minor surface imperfections, its sheer visual impact and rarity of such a misalignment propelled it into high demand. It eventually sold for over $12,500 at auction. The sale underscored a key principle. While perfect condition is valuable, unique visual anomalies can often command equal or greater premiums due to collector fascination and the rarity of the error type. Another illustrative case study involves a transitional planchet error, struck on a leftover copper blank from pre-1982 stock. The coin was visually identical to standard 1999 D pennies but significantly heavier and composed of nearly pure copper. Graded MS68 and encapsulated by PCGS, this coin became highly sought after because it represents a minting anomaly nearly impossible to replicate. In a private sale, it reportedly fetched a six-figure sum, highlighting the combined influence of composition rarity, condition, provenance, and market perception. These case studies demonstrate that even in a year with billions of coins minted, exceptional varieties can emerge, altering perceptions of scarcity and value. Comparative valuation provides additional perspective. When analyzing the 1999 D penny against other Lincoln cent rarities, it is clear that rarity, grade, and era type interact multiplicatively rather than additively. For instance, the 1955 double-die Lincoln cent, an iconic and widely recognized era, regularly sells for tens of thousands of dollars in high grades. By contrast, the 1999 D penny in MS65 or MS66 with no error remains near face value. However, once a rare anomaly is identified, double die, off metal, broad strike, or significant misalignment, its relative scarcity combined with modern collector demand can produce valuations rivaling historic rarities. This underscores the importance of both discovery and documentation in establishing value, particularly for modern coins. Examining broader market implications, the 1999 D penny illustrates a key trend in modern coin collecting: the rise of contemporary era coins as investment vehicles. Historically, collectors focused primarily on older, historic coins from the 19th and early 20th centuries. Modern coins, by contrast, were largely dismissed as plentiful and low value. However, the increasing documentation of errors, high-grade mint-state examples, and transitional planchets has shifted attention to post-1982 coins. Collectors now actively seek out these rarities, treating them as both hobby collectibles and tangible investment assets. This trend has democratized the hobby, enabling newer collectors to participate and even uncover coins with substantial financial potential. Technology continues to shape the modern landscape. Advanced digital imaging, 3D scanning, X-ray fluorescence, and blockchain-based provenance tracking enhance both authentication and market confidence. Collectors can now verify minute die variations, metal composition, and historical ownership with a level of precision previously unavailable. These tools not only facilitate the discovery of valuable anomalies but also reduce risk for buyers and sellers in private sales and auctions. As digital platforms expand access to global markets, competition for rare 1999 D pennies increases, supporting robust valuations and accelerating the circulation of knowledge about anomalies and error types. Psychologically, the 1999 D penny exemplifies why humans value rarity in modern collectibles. Scarcity combined with aesthetic or historical significance drives desire. Collectors are motivated not only by potential financial gain but by the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of acquiring a rare object, and the connection to history it provides. A single penny, previously overlooked in circulation, can transform into a tangible link to the past, a unique artifact bridging the mundane and the extraordinary. The emotional resonance reinforces market dynamics, creating a feedback loop where rarity and narrative drive value. From an investment perspective, the 1999 D penny demonstrates key principles of asset selection, risk management, and market timing. Diversification is critical. Collectors often acquire a range of error types and grades to mitigate the risk of market fluctuation. Grading and certification are essential for preserving value and ensuring liquidity. Monitoring auction trends, population reports, and social media narratives allows collectors to anticipate demand spikes or identify underappreciated examples. Combined with proper storage, insurance, and documentation, these practices elevate the coin from casual collectible to strategic asset. The interplay of historical significance, modern market trends, and cultural symbolism makes the 1999 D penny particularly compelling. As a coin minted at the end of the 20th century, it marks a transitional moment in history. It carries Lincoln's enduring symbolism of unity and perseverance while also reflecting the technological and economic realities of modern minting. Collectors who appreciate both the tangible and intangible qualities of the coin recognize its dual nature, as a modern artifact and a potential historic rarity. This duality adds depth to its appeal and drives continued interest among diverse audiences. Finally, examining the long-term trajectory, it is likely that the 1999 D penny will continue to gain recognition as a significant modern collectible. As high-grade examples and rare anomalies are discovered, certified, and held in private collections, supply diminishes. Simultaneously, global demand and technological access continue to grow. Coins with extraordinary errors or provenance will command premiums, and the market for modern Lincoln cents is likely to remain dynamic. Collectors and investors who understand the interplay of rarity, condition, error type, and cultural resonance are best positioned to navigate this complex landscape. As Part 9 concludes, we have analyzed advanced case studies, compared, starting with extreme hypothetical valuations. Experts in numismatics often speculate about the upper limits of value for the rarest 1999 D pennies. While billions exist in general circulation and most are worth a single cent, a flawless MS-70 coin exhibiting a rare minting anomaly, such as a foreign or transitional planchet, could theoretically command millions of dollars if authenticated and accompanied by documented provenance. These valuations consider multiple factors simultaneously: rarity, condition, aesthetic appeal, historical significance, and market demand. While such coins are exceptionally unlikely to exist in public hands, the very possibility fuels the excitement surrounding the 1999 D penny. Collectors are motivated not only by what is currently known but by the potential for discovering something genuinely unique. Future trends suggest the market for high-grade and error 1999 D pennies will remain strong and possibly grow. The expanding global collector base, increased awareness of modern numismatic rarities, and advancements in authentication technology contribute to rising demand. Additionally, as older collectors retire and estates are liquidated, coins previously hidden in private collections may re-enter the market, introducing rare examples that further enhance scarcity. The combination of limited supply, growing global interest, and technological tools for verification is likely to sustain or elevate valuations over the long term. Potential undiscovered rarities remain a central narrative. Estate finds, long forgotten coin rolls, and overlooked personal collections continue to reveal extraordinary examples. Even ordinary circulation coins may hide subtle doubled dies or minute off-center strikes that are only recognized when scrutinized with modern magnification and imaging techniques. Collectors who are diligent, patient, and informed have the opportunity to uncover hidden treasures, coins that could redefine perceived scarcity and reshape market expectations. Estate and private sale dynamics play a crucial role in shaping the 1999 D penny market. High-value coins often change hands privately, allowing for confidential negotiations that can achieve prices above public auction estimates. Estates liquidating well-curated collections frequently introduce coins with exceptional provenance, condition, or error types. These transactions influence perception of rarity and set benchmarks for future sales. The quiet circulation of rare coins in private hands contributes to both market mystique and long-term value growth. From a philosophical and cultural perspective, the 1999 D penny illustrates the human fascination with rarity, discovery, and historical connection. As a coin minted at the close of the 20th century, it occupies a unique position. It is both a modern object and a potential artifact of numismatic significance. Its value is not merely financial but also symbolic, representing historical continuity, technological evolution, and the excitement inherent in uncovering something rare and beautiful. Collectors derive satisfaction from the tangible connection to history, the challenge of discovery, and the pride of ownership. Concluding reflections emphasize that the 1999 D Lincoln cent is much more than a 1-cent coin. It embodies intersections of history, economics, art, psychology, and culture. It demonstrates how ordinary objects can gain extraordinary significance through rarity, human attention, and narrative. Its story encompasses minting anomalies, grading intricacies, record-breaking sales, private acquisitions, technological innovations, and global collector engagement. It serves as a testament to the power of curiosity, persistence, and appreciation for history, offering lessons applicable far beyond numismatics. The journey of the 1999 D penny, from common circulation to potential multimillion-dollar rarity, underscores enduring principles: scarcity creates value, condition amplifies worth, provenance adds legitimacy, and human fascination drives market dynamics. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts continue to explore its mysteries, ensuring that even decades after its minting, the 1999 D penny remains a focal point of intrigue, study, and aspiration. As Part 10 ends, the narrative of the 1999 D Lincoln cent stands complete, capturing the coin's multifaceted significance, its physical attributes, its market behavior, its historical context, and its cultural and psychological resonance. The penny exemplifies how even the smallest, most overlooked objects can become vessels of immense value, human connection, and historical meaning, a story of ordinary material elevated by rarity, perception, and human imagination into the extraordinary.